Then foremost, if nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You're going to continue to achieve anything that you set out to do. You understand me? Also, you already know, I do gotta give you that brief disclaimer. I only want you to take what resonates and leave the rest behind. All right. I don't want you trying to force certain scenarios for you. If you don't get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you're going to get it through somebody else. So be patient with your process. All right. Also, y'all already know that voice too raspy to be whispering. So this about the time that you probably want to go ahead and hit that volume. All right. So before we get started, I always want to thank you in advance for all y'all's love, all your likes, all your shares, subscribes, your kind words, not only to myself, but each other too. I appreciate you, all right? So let's get started, chosen one. See, I had to ask you, how are you feeling? And some of you said that you're currently stressing, that you're trying to get through certain pressures. I understand that. You understand me? See, I want you to realize that there's certain things that came back from your past to try to trigger you. See, it doesn't necessarily just have to be a person. It doesn't necessarily have to be that partner. And it doesn't have to be that same situation, but those similar feelings what you felt while you was with them may start to pop back up again. See, we're going to have to talk about it, chosen ones. I want you to give yourself more credit than you do. You understand me? Because every time you have a little slip back, every time you have a little slip up, you start feeling less of you. But every time you start going forward, you start healing, you start getting confident again, you're not acknowledging those small successes as well. So why are you always quick to acknowledge that negative? You understand me? See, I want you to realize, chosen ones, you had certain tests from your past pop back up. Whether or not it was the thinking, whether or not it was your ability to do what you are setting out to do, whether or not you started feeling lazy again, or you wasn't as confident, or you wasn't as consistent, so on and so forth, right? Now, what if I told you, chosen ones, you had to realize that where you're at now, nobody's been before, especially in your family. See, they may have seen similar situations as you, but they didn't see them as well as get through them like you. A lot of them just ran from their issues. You understand? But the difference between you and them is you facing these demons face to face and you conquering them. You understand me? So again, stop talking bad about yourself. Stop feeling bad every time you take one little slip back. The difference is you are acknowledging as you're slipping and you catching your grip again. See, back then you would allow yourself to fall before you started to try to rebuild it. So again, you so quick to acknowledge your negatives, but you not sitting there thinking about the positive things that you're doing. You are continue moving. You understand me? Nobody that you spoke to can tell you how to get through what you're facing currently. Why? Because they never been there before. Some of those individuals could have been in similar situations, but again, yours is different. Why? Because you were sitting there chosen to break certain habits of various lineages. Now we're going to talk now, chosen ones. I told you before. Family's not always who you come from, but it's often who you led to, because before you was birthed into these families, these people was praying for an opportunity. They was praying for certain blessings. They was praying for certain protection. They was praying for certain abundance. And God wrapped up all their requests in the form of you. See, we're going to have to take it back, chosen ones. I want you to stay with me, right? See, in the beginning, right, we all heard that story, that scripture, so on and so forth, where they say that the devil used to be an angel too. See, the devil used to be a part of God's crew, right? Then the devil started feeling a certain type of way because everything that he had to get, he had to work for, right? So then he went to other individuals around him, tried to downplay God, tried to tell them that they don't have to work hard in order to get certain things to shine. See, the devil manipulated them, right? So what if I told you that some of the family that you was born into, that these are the individuals that they past lives or they past lineages, people that was born before them, was some of the original people that chose to go against God and join the devil. See, that's that karmic. See, some of you are not realizing, and some of you are now realizing that one of your parents may have been a karmic individual. Again, they come from a lineage of individuals who sat there and chose to go with the devil rather than listen to what God told them to do, right? So I want you to think of how embedded this karmic behavior, this trauma, these problems, so on and so forth, how this was here way before you reappeared. You understand me? So you have to realize it's a process to detox that from your system. You are going to a place that nobody before you been to. You understand me? So again, you have to realize that some of your lineage is the individuals who chose not to listen to God, who chose to listen to the devil and end up getting all of their blessings robbed. Now we going to talk chosen ones. See, I want you to realize, chosen ones, that again, there's certain individuals that you were connected with, that you were trauma bonding with them because they seem similar, right? So if you had a mother who abandoned you, misused you, disrespected you, chose other individuals over you, if you had a father that abandoned you, neglected you, abused you, used you, whatever the case may be, if you have certain people that brought you up and brought you into some so-so shit, I want you to realize that there's certain sites that you're going to see chosen ones. There's individuals that you connect to just because you feel a trauma bonding with these individuals. I want you to realize that there's certain individuals that you're connecting to because you see that, again, you was in a similar position as them, right? So when you first met them, you seen that they ain't have nobody show them love. What you try to do? Provide it. When you seen that they're used to everybody walking away, what did you do? Try to stay by their side then. See, there's certain things that when you view these individuals, you view what you went through. So therefore you put yourself in their shoes. So you try to build them up whole time they try and break down you. You understand me? I want you to realize, chosen ones, that you know how it feels to be left out. So therefore, when you give to somebody else, when you give to these karmics too, because again, just like you, they may have been born into certain karmic families as well. They have two sides that's battling for them, heaven or hell. So therefore, some of them, you may look at them and see that they went through similar situations as you, or you could put yourself in their shoes and be like, damn, they ain't have love. I'm going to give it to them. Oh, they had nobody protect them. I'm going to go hard for them. Oh, they ain't never had nobody give to them. I'm going to give it all to them. All of these things, right? But you're not even realizing you making it seem like you like them, but the difference is some of these individuals are complacent in the situations that they in. So the more that you try to build them up, they're going to keep breaking you down. The more that you, again, give to them, you taking from you. You understand me? So I want you to realize why at times you go through what you go through. It's because you are different than the individuals around you. They, again, could have certain parents that were karmic. So again, that's the individuals that when you think of karmic individuals, these are people that were born into people who sat there and chose evil over God. You understand me? So again, they had to want to be realigned. They have to want to allow their light to shine. They're going to have to choose God over the satanic shit. Some of these individuals, they want better, but they're not willing to work for it. They're not willing to let certain things go. They keep wanting to give into it. See, chosen ones, you have to cut that out. Because again, there's certain individuals that you building up while meanwhile they tearing you down. See, that's that trauma bonding, right? Now, what if I told you, chosen ones, that there's certain things that you feeling right now is because you are getting faced with the past again. See, prior, I already recorded a reading that's on my YouTube if you missed it. But we discussed as far as certain issues that you're going to face. You're going to be face to face with the old you as well as the old thinking too. There's some of you that feel like you can give into these individuals, that they didn't learn their lesson or they going to learn to give into you, but they not. They takers. They, again, are complacent in the situations that they in. So the more that you try to help them, they hurt you. The more that you try to speak life into them, they try to have your demise come in. You're going to have to choose sides and you're going to have to stand by it, but give yourself credit, chosen ones. You out here, again, you went from being depressed, chasing after that feminine or masculine, and for the individuals who may not know this, you may have sat there and got readings, whether or not that's tarot card, prophetess readings. You could have spoke to certain individuals too. They could have told you that your divine masculine is somebody that you're going to be connected to, and you assume that they was talking about the individual you was with, but the whole reason you're going to have to realize that that person may have been a masculine, but nothing was divine about him. You understand me? Anybody connected to a chosen one will get a title, whether or not they earn it or not. So that's why you got to be very careful of who you selecting and who you putting in that spot. You understand me? Because there's certain individuals that you thought that this was your divine masculine, and the only reason why they was divine is because you was connected to them. You understand me? There's certain people that you feeling like, oh, well, we had so much in common. This has to be my true partner, but that is your karmic. You hear me? So, chosen ones, I want you to be very cautious of who you're allowing in your energy, but also how you view you. Because again, you're going to different heights that nobody around you has ever went to. You have to give yourself more credit. So if you slipped up a few times, I want you to realize at that time that you slipping, you paying attention, you acknowledging it. So now you getting a better grip than see back then. You ain't catch that you was slipping until your ass fell down into that trap again. You understand me? So you have to realize and give yourself credit for the thinking or the mentality that you have, that you acknowledging when you feel like you're going back in that bad path. You are acknowledging it, so give yourself credit. You out here feeling bad about you. Oh, I messaged back that person that I shouldn't have been talking to. Oh, you done slept with so-and-so, broke your celibacy for a so-so ass individual. Okay, well, the karma and consequences that you get with that is refilling that feeling again, because you knew from the jump what they intended to do way before they even had the opportunity to do those things. See, chosen ones, you ain't use your intuition. Thank you, baby. But the difference is now you are. See, back then you ain't realized the so-so was a so-so ass individual until they already left you scars. See, now you starting to pick up on signs and synchronicities. You starting to see exactly what they intend for you. You see exactly what type of individual that you have around you. So now you got the decision what you going to choose, them or you. You understand me? Are you going to sacrifice yourself for somebody who don't want to grow, somebody who don't want to do nothing with themselves? They are, again, complacent with being so-so. Those individuals who are in a pessimistic mentality, going to continue to sleep with other individuals and don't pay attention to their feelings. See, you going to have to know. Sometimes your karma and consequences is just how you feel when you do those things that you know you shouldn't be doing there. See, if you broke your celibacy, chosen ones, for again, somebody who already showed you who they was, somebody who already had certain ways to them that you got through in the past tense, but because you felt like you was in a different situation, you thought you was in a different headspace, you sat there and put yourself in that same place, and what did they do? The same thing again. See, your karma and consequences is the fact that, one, you feeling bad about what you did, and two, you ain't enjoy it when you was doing that shit. You understand me? So I want you to realize, chosen ones, that sometimes your karma and consequences is how you feel when you did the things that you knew that you shouldn't have done with those individuals that you did it with. Allow yourself to heal, learn, and move on. You understand me? There's some of you that, again, responded to certain messages. You got yourself excited again. See, there's certain people that have certain things that they owe you, whether or not that's finances, whether or not that's trips, that's gift, respect, apologies, so on and so forth. See, at that time when you was connected to them and you realized that you wasn't going to get that out of them, you disconnected from them, right? You let them go. Either they walked away from you or you walked away from them. Either way, you understand me? Whether or not that was God forcing them out your life or you walked out of their life willingly, either way, they got disconnected from you, right? Okay, cool. Now these individuals, again, energetically, mentally, spiritually, they popping back into the energy of you. Why? Because either one, they thinking about what they did to you and who they chose over you. Now they going through what they thought that they was going to go through with you, with that individual. And I ain't talking about abundance. I'm talking about no money, no finances, certain stagnancy, them arguments, those problems, certain things. See, I want you to realize that there's certain individuals that chose individuals over you just based upon what they they were sexually willing to do. See, sex could have meant love, affection, protection. That's something that was serious to you. But for those individuals, they can sleep with individuals and be cool without any type of connection, right? So they chose so-and-so to go on that trip because they knew that they was going to get so-and-so to do certain nasty shit. See, had you got selected, you would have let those demons back in again, or you would have run the risk of getting them pregnant or you getting pregnant by them. See, I want you to realize when you ask God for certain things, he answers those questions. See, you may be upset on how he does it, but either way, you're going to receive and be put in that position to receive those blessings. See, chosen ones. There's some of you that's like, God, give me a sign. If so-and-so ain't who I'm supposed to be with, had him, I don't want them in my life. If anybody is hurting me, lying to me, manipulating me, cheating on me, creeping on me, doing certain devious things, God, I want you to remove them out my life. Then as soon as so-and-so no longer calls you, they ain't calling you up or text you at night, they ain't responding to you, they have a distance from you, now you got your face screwed up talking to God crazy. Like, God, how so-and-so, now so-and-so, you ain't going to let so-and-so in my life, now please God had this. You asked God for something and you received it. You sat there and said you ain't want nobody deceiving you around you. And what did he do? Got those people disconnected. You say you ain't want nobody who's out here cheating and sleeping with other individuals. And what did he do? He protected you. He sat there. You said you ain't want no false, phony ass friends. So now you didn't get a call from those individuals to go out and celebrate with them. Now you in your house feeling a certain type of way when it was your answers to your prayers that was answered. You understand me? So chosen ones, I want you to realize everything that you asking for is what you're receiving. And you still got enough nerve to have your face all screwed up. You still upset. You got the Roscoe nose, bubbles, snot bubbles, the ugly cry, because you already know when you feel that shit on the soul level, you ain't no cute crier. Your face all looking like Hunchback or man, come on now. You gotta realize that everything that you asking for, you receiving. At that time, you may not see it. Why? Because of where you're at. If so many people are stepping on your back, if so many people are stepping on you, using you as a step up to the position that they want to be in, right? How could you see what God is showing you if you can't even see views around you? You sitting there and think that everything's looking up for them. It's only looking up for them based upon the fact that they were stepping on you. When you got your ass up, you got your ass up, and you started seeing different views too. So half the time you're not even realizing that you are the one limiting you. You the one that's not trying to let go of these so-so individuals. You wondering why, everything keeps holding you back. And I ain't talking about that chingy tip, right? You wondering where all these things is pausing your progression. And God shows you that, you know how when you walk past something and you feel something snag, your shirt gets snagged, or you feel that thread that's pulling on to something, or that hair, whatever the case may be, right? You feel something pulling you back, but you may not at that time be able to see it. See, I'm trying to tell you, chosen ones, there's certain individuals that were those snags to you. You understand me? Those things that was pulling you back, but you ain't really see what was doing it. See, now energetically, you starting to realize what was happening at that time. Now you starting to see your light shine. Now you starting to get confidence within. See, I want you to realize that only thing pausing your progression is the fact that you was holding up the line waiting for them. You was sitting there holding up your blessings, trying to get to this individual and persuade them to go with you. See, I want you to realize, chosen ones, you are the line leader in a sense. So I want you to think, see, I don't know about you, right? See, I'm a 90s baby, right? How they say back in my day, as far as the line leader, when you got selected by your teacher to lead that class, you felt a whole different type of confidence. You had good character. You was listening, doing your work, paying attention. You was so helpful. You was assisting them. So therefore, that teacher selected you to be the front person to lead that group. So you walking in the line, following behind that teacher to tell them where they need to go and what they need to do, right? What do you think God selected you for too? So instead of it being your teacher, it's God who is your teacher, right? He selected you to be the line leader, right? So therefore, you had to lead everybody in your group who's going to the same location as you, who's supposed to go on that same path as you. You leading them. You the front and center of attention. See, there's some people in the back of that line who's going to have an attitude, right? They're going to be mad that you got selected. They're going to be mad that you the person who has to lead them to where they're going to, right? And they don't don't respect it. See, I want you to realize, chosen one, that there's certain individuals who's going to act the ass because you got selected to lead that class, right? But had they did what you did, listen to God, listen to the teacher, paid attention, did they work, was helpful too, and came in there with a good attitude, they would have been selected too, but they not. See, that's equivalent to these people talking about, why is it you? Why is it them, God? Why is it them? Oh, why? Because you sitting there complaining instead of stepping in your light. See, you had the opportunity to do certain positive things too, but you wanted to act cool. You ain't want to listen. You ain't want to play by certain rules. So therefore, now you mad because somebody else got to lead you to where you going to. You mad because they got that star in their chest from God. You mad because they getting certain benefits because they paid attention and they worked hard. You understand me? So chosen ones, I want you to realize that you the line leader, right? You the person leading that class. Now, there's certain people that's supposed to go to where you going to, but they have an attitude and they going to start to act the ass. They going to start throwing a fit. They holding up the class in a sense because now that teacher got to walk back in that line to sit there and check them, has to sit there and address them. See, that's similar to what God is doing to those people who sat there and gave up their blessings, not paying attention to those lessons, not sitting there walking in their purpose. They out here mad at everybody else. They blaming everybody else instead of working on themselves, not realizing what they attracted to them is a reflection of what they have within them. You understand me? See, there's certain people who, again, you trauma bond with, chosen ones, because you see that I once was where you was at. I know how it feels not to be loved. I know how it feels not to be acknowledged. I know how it feels not to feel protected. I know how it feels to feel neglect. You know how it feels. So you sit there and try yourself to, again, build them up while they break you down. You speak life into them while they try to tear you down. You give to them while taking from you. You sit there and build these people up while, again, they energetically, spiritually, mentally breaking down you. See, chosen ones. You holding up that line. Why? Because these individuals don't want to know what to do to be aligned and do right in their life. They want to know what you did. And when you tell them the work that you put in, they're not willing to do it. They wanted that shortcut. They wanted a quick advancement. So no matter how much you give to them, they don't want that shit. They just want the blessings that come with it. No matter what you tell them, listen, I've been where you've been before. I can help you move forward. They don't want it. They want you to do the work for them. They want you to put a good work in. They want you to sit there and put their name as a recommendation. See, sometimes in class, after you get selected, you get to choose who goes next. See, they sitting there wanting you to choose them over another individual who did the work that they were supposed to do. See, at that time, you could try to select that person for popularity, just for them to acknowledge you, or because you feel like they're going to show their ass when you choose another individual over them. You understand me? So there's some of you that's hesitant in selecting another person to be in that position, whether or not it's your job, your business, your friendship, your lover, your family, whatever the case may be. You sitting there allowing them to manipulate you or have you not wanting to do certain things to select the individual over them because the attitude that comes with them, right? Or because they're going to show their ass, so they're going to be mad. They're going to start talking bad. But what they've been doing the whole time? Whole time you was in that position. Whole time you was grinding. Whole time that you was aligning. What was they doing? Talking shit about you. Knowing that, okay, so-and-so going to do the hard work and then they going to sit there and set that foundation and give it to them. No. Why would you select somebody who's been acting the ass, coming to class late, ain't been listening, been, again, taking away everybody else's attention that's around them, disrespecting people, not being nice, not helping, not wanting to shine, not wanting to do nothing with their life? Why would you select that person who ain't do nothing to earn it over a person who's been listening to you, asking you, how can I assist you, showing love to you, respecting you, protecting you, again, on the same path as you? They celebrated you. They clapped for you when you got selected. Why would you go and select another person who disrespected you, didn't love you, didn't acknowledge you, didn't want positive things for you? Why would you select that type of individual over somebody who put that hard work in like you? Why? Because they're going to have an attitude? Fuck them. I'm telling you, I told y'all, if nobody told y'all or told them today, I'm going to tell them for you. Fuck out of here. I always say FTP, fuck them people. We grown. So if you don't want to say it, I'll say it for you. You understand me? Those individuals, they got an attitude when they could have put in the same work as you. You sat there and sacrificed all these seasons of celebrating so that you did the work that you was called to do. Now they gonna get mad because you graduating and they asses is still in the audience. See, nah. We not doing it. See, I want you to think of life like this, right? You know how in school you have to battle with two aspects, right? You got to sit there and go to school. You got certain tests that you have to go through, certain information that you never seen before that you got to prepare for. You got to ask questions if you're not clear about it. You got to deal with certain people who try to bully you, befriend you, switch up on you when you're not in school, certain fights that get orchestrated. You understand me? Certain things that you got to go through. Then when you go home, you got to deal with certain things too. A parent who don't help you, don't respect you. You got to sit there and grind to have certain food to eat for you and your siblings too. You got to raise your children that ain't even yours. So you raising, a lot of you missed out on your childhood too because you've been raising certain siblings and individuals around you. Some of y'all been raising your mother and fathers as well. You understand me? So not only was you having to go to school to learn certain things that again was supposed to assist you, certain things that you had to go through, certain fights that you had to go back home and had to fight too. See, not everybody had to go through it, but you did. But what you do, you kept progressing. You kept paying attention. Certain questions that you ain't know, you ain't trying to act cool. You went straight to the teacher to have them address certain things and break that shit down for you. Certain tests that you had, what did you do? Study for it. Even when you ain't had silence that you could do that. See, I want you to realize, chosen ones, why you went through that. See, you know how when you try to do your homework and you got a household that's crazy, certain parents that are abusive, disrespectful to you, certain people that's loud, they got an attitude. You try to concentrate on the work that the teacher had assigned to you, but it's all loud, right? It's crazy. Even that was a test from God. See, he wanted to see if you was able to keep your peace even when all that chaos was around, and you did it. See, you sat there, and again, certain subjects you ain't understand. You wasn't like other people around you, your peers trying to act so cool and didn't want to ask those questions. They didn't want to hold up the line because other people was huffing and puffing. See, you didn't care about that. You didn't care about who had an attitude. You make sure you asked that teacher until you understood what they was teaching to you. You sat there and asked questions, right? You sat there and had them break it down, whether or not they were speaking to you, drew a picture out, whatever the case may be. You was willing to learn that task because you knew that was necessary for that next test. See, I want you to realize, chosen one, that life's like that too. God sits there and again has chaos around you to see if you can keep that peace within you. He has certain rainy days around you to see if that sunshine was able to reside within you. He sat there and again had certain obstacles happen just to see how you was going to handle them, because he knew in the end you was going to be placed in that position that was going to lead other individuals too. See, you started off not understanding it, but you was willing to go to that teacher, and that teacher broke it down to you. That's God, right? So again, you ain't understand, God, what's this mean about love? Like, God, what's this mean about karmic cycles? God, what's this mean about certain urges? God, what's this mean about certain insecurities? You went to God for every subject that you was unfamiliar with. You went to your parents to ask them. They talking about shit. This something new to me. Oh, nah, I ain't never experienced this. I ain't never had to do these things. See, you went to certain people around you. They ain't had that information for you. So you had to go to the teacher, the person who signed it, right? So you again asked 1,000,001 questions. Those people behind you was mad because they wanted to go on to the next subject. They just wanted their free time. You was like, man, F that. I'm going to ask questions until I understand it. And God broke that down for you, right? See, now you got all the answers to this test. There's certain people that didn't understand that subject, but again, because you was a peer like them, because they seen how you started off struggling, how you didn't understand it, now you getting selected to give them a hand in. Now they looking at you like, man, listen, I'm trying to do that work too. If you understood it, can you break it down to certain terms that I understand? That's why God selected you. That's why some of you who felt unfavored by your family is the main ones that's prophets and prophetess. You understand me? The main person who's chosen. Why? Because other individuals can tell them how to do certain things, but unless they've been in that spot, they're not going to believe them. They're not going to bond with them. They're not going to understand them. They're not going to, again, trust them. But you, somebody who looks like somebody regular, somebody who has certain things behind the scene that they had to go through, you wouldn't trust Bill Gates to teach you how to come up with a struggle meal, would you? Why? Because he ain't had to struggle in his life. Everything that he got, it was handed down to him, right? He ain't never had to, again, use certain candles and flashlights to light up their house. They ain't never had to use that spaghetti to stretch from Monday to Sunday to feed everybody in the house. They ain't had to sit there and drive on fumes just so they can get into the work to pay certain bills that's currently due. They ain't never been put in that position, so you wouldn't trust them. That's why certain preachers and pastors that you don't acknowledge. Why? Because they make you feel like they never went through nothing before. They sit there and aren't willing to be transparent with certain things that they experience. They want to act like they've been perfect their whole life, so therefore you don't feel no connection with them. You feel like they looking down to you, so therefore you don't feel comfortable going through and to these individuals. See, whole time, chosen ones, that's why God selected you, because you talk like certain ways, you walk certain ways, you got certain aspects about you too, certain things that you're not willing to buckle or break down for anybody else except for what God tells you to do. See, certain pastors and preachers, now we're not going to downplay them, because some of them prophets and prophetess too, but some of them are just doing what they do for profit too. So you're going to have to know exactly who's your crew, who's certain individuals that you even supposed to be connected to. See, you understand me? I want you to realize that, chosen one, why you was selected. Why certain people are feeling disrespected that you got selected over them. Why? Because you was willing to do the work that God asked you to. You was willing to let that light shine. You wasn't willing to allow anybody to have you or hold you back. They told you to shut up. You kept talking and shit. They told you to use the inside voice and you wasn't equipped with that. See, I want you to realize why you were selected, chosen ones. You understand me? When you start looking at yourself as a positive thing instead of that negative, what they try to tell you, realizing that since you've been born, there has been a battle between God and the devil. Why? Because again, chosen ones, I told you, right? You were selected. See, when you was born, some of you was born into certain families. And again, I always tell you, family ain't who you come from, but it's often who you led to, because a chosen one gets born into certain karmic families in order to help lead them back to God. See, when the certain families, right, now we going again, go back to the beginning. God and the devil used to be cool. The devil used to be so beautiful, flashy, had that shit on in a sense. Think about somebody that just dressed to impress. They was all flashy with it, right? See, the devil didn't want to have to put in no work in order to shine. So what did he do? He got other people to join him, right? To go against the divine. God's like, hey, yo, Miss Margaret, you going with the devil? Miss Margaret like, yeah. He was like, I know, Tyrone, you going with the devil? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He said certain things is easy. Hey, yo, I know you ain't go, so and so forth, right? Certain people, God was like, hey, yo, you got free will. I ain't gonna hold you hostage. Do what you want to do. Okay, you want to go to the devil? There's certain partners that, again, they partners selected to go with the devil because they ain't want to put certain work in. The devil promised them, you ain't got to do nothing to get what you get. You ain't got to put no work in order to receive certain abundance. You ain't got to sit there and listen to certain rules and regulations. You can make your own rules, right? So what did people do? They chose to go with the devil, right? God was like, cool, whoever chooses to go with you, let them go, right? So again, certain family members that are a part of your lineage way before you was even thought of in this 3D dynamic, you sat there, there was people who chose to listen to the devil. See, the devil told them they ain't had to work for nothing, and that was true, but what was they going to do? Come down here and scam and lie? Cheat other individuals. See, the devil had all of these promises. Hey, yo, I'm going to have you in some fly stuff. You're going to have cars. You're going to have fame. You're going to have bread. You're going to have all of these things, right? Okay, cool. So those people who was gullible listened to that devil, right? Okay, cool. So they came down to earth. Then they started to struggle. They had no food. They like, hey, yo, I thought you said we ain't had to do nothing to get food. The devil's like, yeah, you just got to find somebody who got it and get to him. Like, what? I thought you said I ain't had to listen to no rules in order to get certain things that coming through. The devil's like, yeah, you know, you can sleep around. You can lie, you can deceive, whatever you want in order to get certain abundant things. You ain't got to put no work in. You just got to be a finesser. You just got to talk that stuff. You got to apply that pressure. They like, what? What you mean? They sitting there like, yo, I thought you said we can eat anything that we want. Devil like, yeah, you can. But you gotta find somebody who got it and get it. So they was finessed in a sense. The devil done promised them all these things, but they was looking at it like he was going to provide it. Whole time now, he was saying, you gotta find it. You gotta find somebody with it and you gotta steal it to get it sold. They was down here struggling. So what did God do? Somebody who's so loving. He was like, matter of fact, I'm going to recruit a crew. I'm going to get certain chosen individuals, and half of them is you. He going to choose certain people like, hey, yo, listen, I need you to go down there because Miss Margaret ain't know what she was getting into. She was listening to her nephew. Tyrone ain't know what he was doing. He was listening to Vanessa. You understand me? He's sitting there like, they ain't know what they was getting into. Now I'm looking at them. They struggling. So-and-so, I keep hearing them call out like, man, God, if only God, if you give me an opportunity, I'm telling you, I'll never do these things again. They sitting there calling up, that's them praying. And God was like, you know what? I'm going to get in the benefit of the doubt. Because I seen she ain't even want to go, but her husband forced her to take that route. He ain't even want to go, but his shorty told him to. She ain't even want to go, but that group put pressure on him. So God, again, somebody was like, matter of fact, I'm going to give him another opportunity to repent. So God got his group together, which is his chosen ones, which you are included. He sat there and had you born into certain karmic dynamics. The same people that was praying for certain answers, praying for love, abundance, another opportunity, protection, affection, abundance, all of these things, right? Attention, all of these things that they have, right? God sat there and presented you. They ain't even realize that they gave birth to the individual who was going to give it to them, right? You was the answer. But what did they do? Because God didn't have you come down here with your golden wings, with you being all, you understand, showing that bling on you. He ain't show all that wealth that you had within you. He's like, matter of fact, I don't want you to have it on you. I want you to have it in you. You understand me? This is not for everybody to know that you had, because some of these people going to want to work against you. They out there starving. They down there struggling. So therefore, if they know that I gave you all of these things, they gonna come after it. So God sat there and put all your wealth, the things that you would have on you, some of that beauty, the jewels, all of these things, he hid that stuff within you, right? So he was like, listen, I want you to go down there. You on a mission. Anybody who sits there and says that they want to repent, that they want to go back to God, I want you to have their answers granted. I want you to sit there and guide them back to me, right? So what did he do? Again, he sent you now. There was some chosen ones that got finessed by the devil. Sat there and, again, we supposed to be hidden. We ain't even supposed to be sitting there. It's almost like an undercover boss in a sense. We not even supposed to tell them that we here because they know that God didn't send us here empty-handed. So they knew that God was going to have that personal GPS to that abundance, which is him. He knew that God was going to have certain wealth on you, certain protection. He knew that God wasn't going to send you down here empty handed. So what did the devil do? He started to plot on you. Why? Because the chosen one got too comfortable. Start getting finessed by that devil. Start talking too much like, yeah, God sent a group of us down to try to help everybody out. He gave her, they like, yo, I know. Hey, baby girl, I know God didn't send you down here empty-handed. What you got? You know, how they say, raise you up a little bit. Chosen one got too comfortable, start speaking everything. Oh, yeah, God sent a couple hundred of us down. You understand? Couple thousand. Sent us here. He sat there and gave us the GPS, how to get back to the abundance. He gave us the vision. He gave us the protection. He said, all we had, anything that we want, we just got to ask him. The little demon, the little minion was like, oh, word, cool. What'd he do? Went back and sold the devil. So the devil started plotting on you. See, at that time, everybody started going against the devil initially because they like, hey, yo, you set us up. You had us come here and ain't nothing here to help build us up. You sat there and had us come here and we struggling. See, they was already enough was enough. So the devil's like, hey, yo, this how I can get everybody on my side. Matter of fact, okay, cool. I'm going to tell them, matter of fact, God sent the chosen ones. He ain't leaving. He ain't send them empty-handed. This is what we going to do. So the devil sat there and had a meeting. The whole time that meeting was against you. Why you think that you was set out, chosen ones? Why you think that you was targeted, gang stalked, multiple people coming after you? Why? Because those demons had to get together to see how they could take over you, get certain things out of you. Because again, you got to remember, God hid it within you, right? So all of a sudden, what happened? Demons start attacking. Those people that you was trauma bonding with, they was finessing you. They start trying to speak life, get you to speak life into them. Every time you start to speak life into them, what do they start to see those things? You talking about you so handsome. See, when you met them, they could have looked like an ivory monster, damn near on troll mode, right? All of a sudden, as soon as you start saying that they handsome or beautiful, other people started noticing them too. They started to form into that person. You understand? So therefore, again, that was somewhat of an illusion. Why you think that nobody wants anybody that you want until you want them? Why? Because you done built them up. You done made them handsome or beautiful. You done sat there and sold them in a sense. And when I say sold them, I don't mean sold them out. I'm talking about you sat there and gave all these great qualities in order for other people to even want them. You understand me? So again, why you think that certain things people don't want until you start speaking about it? They ain't want to be what you are until you start saying that's what you wanted to be. They wanted to go to certain places until that certain sites that you said you wanted to see. They ain't want to start. You understand me? They ain't want that person. Why? Because again, you made them look cute. Like, dang, so-and-so over there, he lovey-dovey, she lovey-dovey. They giving too, they fruitful too. You understand? So they try finesse it to it. Whole time they ain't realize that person was only shining because you was standing over and providing it. Just similar to that actor on that stage. See, that person could look like they the lead person of that stage, right? Or that play. They looking like they light shining because that light keeps following them. Whole time, again, from the outside looking in, those people that's in the audience who's in the dark, they looking up to that person, seeing certain light illuminate them. Whole time they ain't realize that person wasn't using their light to shine. There was somebody above them that was shining down. See, that was you. Your energy, your vibration was high, so therefore you was highlighting certain things about them to have their wish come true. You making them look good from the outside in. Think about how many partners that you was with, that you made it seem like y'all was in the best dynamic, the best relationship. Whole time when you got home, you was dealing with a damn demon, huh? But you made them look good, right? Oh, so-and-so was a good mother and father. Whole time they ain't seen their children in a few seasons, but you try to protect their image, huh? Okay. So again, chosen ones, I want you to realize that again, you sat there, back to our story mode. You sat there and was sent to help these other individuals repent. And when the devil heard that you came here, he knew that you was fully equipped. So he had people attack you. Hey, yo, go get that abundance for shorty. I know she got it. Matter of fact, hey, yo, go wine and dine her so she can provide you some type of prophecy. Let you know where we going, how we can get it. Let you know certain things, right? So what did you do? You was sitting there telling individuals what God had in store for you. Like, yeah, yo, we going to, at the end of this, it's about to be a big celebration. Where we going to? Abundance. All you can eat. All money to the ceiling. Gold, everything. You sitting there hyping it up because you thinking that they wanted you. Whole time, this is somebody else that was recruited by the devil. But there's certain information you was giving in. See, at that time that you was saying certain things, God knew your intentions. So sometimes you had to realize there's certain things that you told individuals that you was dealing with that you ain't know why you told what you told. And it was because God was going to finesse some things. God was like, hey, yo, matter of fact, I need you to slip up. He had you slip up and say certain things like, yeah, we going to a party. You understand? When we go there, it's all, you know what I'm saying? Everything, gold, all of these things. Okay, cool. So when you told these individuals, they like, man, how you get there? They like, man, you get a personal ticket. They like, yo, a ticket, an invitation. You like, yeah, you gonna get an invitation. You get a +1. That's equivalent to that person that you building that foundation with. That's your true divine feminine, your true divine masculine. This is your divine partnership. They like, yo, you get a +1 too. They like, word? You're like, yeah. They're like, okay, is there a dress code? Yeah, you just gotta be dressed to impress. You gotta be yourself. You gotta be fresh. You understand? You gotta show that wealth. So from the untrained eye and the untrained ears, the devil, when they heard it, they like, oh, word, cool. So they automatically was plotting on you like, yo, I ain't hear about no party. How can I get to it? You like, yeah, you just got, you understand? Had that stuff on, you gotta have it. The devil thought he was talking about that invitation that was in your hand, certain circumstances. So that could have been your love. That could have been as far as certain money that you had, that place that you had for them to live in, that car that you had for them to ride in, those gifts that you was giving to them, that life that you was speaking into them. All of these things, right? The devil was like, word, that's that invitation. Matter of fact, I think that's what it is. So they try to steal something of yours that God gave you because they thought that they had the ability to get in. So they like, yo, matter of fact, just to be safe, I need to have somebody who looks like Shorty to try to step up and imitate. So what do? They left you. They took something from you, whether or not it was your happiness, whether or not it was your finances, your car, certain circumstances. They thought that they took something from you, your confidence, whatever the case may be, right? Because they thought that that was the invitation that they need. They seen something physical when they took that shit. They ran off with it. They sat there and chose a karmic to play that part with them. They like, hey, yo, listen, she a divine feminine. I stole this from her, so I need you to imitate them a little bit, all right? So I need you to refer yourself as them. I need you to try dress up like them. I need you to try to carry yourself like you doing certain things like that. I want you to try to put yourself in a position. Why you think all these people was imitating you? Why that past person you was with try to rebuild their new boo into you? Why they sat there and tried to, again, have that karmic turn and look like a divine feminine or a divine masculine, right? The copycat energies. Like, oh, they try to dress that person up like you. They like, hey, yo, listen, I need you to act like them, carry yourself like them until we get to where we got to go. We going to get in there, get that shit and get out, right? So what do? They sat there and again, stole that invitation so they thought from you. They sat there and left you for dead too. They try to sit there and again, and excuse me, because I see, you know what I'm saying? I don't play with that little bugs and shit. Seen something fly, I had to make sure it didn't come near me with it. But Chosen One, they sat there and seen certain individuals, right? They like, yo, dress up like this. They thought they stole from you. So therefore, again, they left you for dead. Some of these people who dug a hole and try to push you in, they try to set you up, try to blame you for certain illegal things that they was doing. They try to finesse you. They try to, again, leave you for dead. They dug a hole and they try to lead you to it and they finesse you and push your ass in. That's when you was in that hole, in that darkness or stage. You was depressed. You understand me? You was sad. You was upset, you was mad, you was reacting, you was believing that you was caught in that storm, that there was no sunshine around you, you was thinking that the world was against you, all of these things. That's because they pushed you in that hole, right? That hole that they dug for you, they pushed you in it so that they could try to present themselves as you. They went and grabbed that person who they had imitating you, whether or not it was that karmic ass masculine or karmic ass feminine, whatever the case may be. They try to have them dress up like you. They push you in that hole when you was calling out for them. Like, yo, maybe they pushed me in here by accident. Maybe they kept walking and they going to look back and notice I'm not there and they going to try to come back and help me get out. See, all of these things that you was going through, you went through certain stages and phases while you was in that dark hole. See, 1 minute you like, yo, this was an accident. The next minute you start panicking. The next minute you gave up a little bit. The next minute you was calling out to them again. All of these things, right? See, when they was walking away from you, they heard you calling out too, whether or not you was calling their phone, whether or not you was crying out, whatever the case may be, you was pleading with them, right? Okay. They thought that they successfully left you, right? That day. Okay. So you was calling out from that hole that they dug you in. Again, you thought, baby, this was an accident. Maybe they gonna acknowledge that I was gone and they gonna come back then. Maybe that, then you sit there and accept your defeat. So you thought. Whole time you started to remember as you was in that hole, right? You like, yo, hold on. I'm out here acting like God ain't put that in. Hold on. So you start realizing, hey, yo, you got that walkie-talkie on you. That's that, again, connection with God. When you raise your frequency, you know how I want to walkie-talkie, whoever's on your channel, that's who you connecting to. See, you realize you had that walkie-talkie on you. So you change that frequency so you can call out to God and let him know what you into. God's like, hey, yo, listen. So this is equivalent to you starting to get back, going to God when you was depressed, going to God when you was stressed, going to God when you ain't know what direction that you was headed. You went to God. That was that personal walkie-talkie that you got on that channel, which means you raised your vibrations, you raised and changed your frequency to connect to God in order to listen to what he was telling you, right? So you sat there and had that walkie-talkie like, hey, yo, God, like, yeah, You like, oh, my fault, guy. I'm sorry. I ain't know. I ain't under, you know what I'm saying? I ain't know that was you. I ain't heard your voice in a while. Why? Because that so-so ass individual you was connected to. But that's another story, right? You like, hey, oh, God, I'm stuck in a hole. God's like, oh, yeah, how you get there? You like, yo, so-and-so, you start saying it. Like, God, so-and-so pushed me in that hole. So-and-so did that. He stole that invitation. I'm sorry, God. Like, I don't want your party to be sitting there, people coming in that's not supposed to be there. You sitting there pleading with God. You sorry, you crying. God's like, hey, yo, calm down. The whole time, that invitation that I had in your hand, that was just to let you know what was, you understand certain things that was in. Whole time you ain't even realize that God had other things playing. He's like, yo, they can't get in with that invitation. See, when they get to the door, they gonna get scanned. And if they don't got that reflecting that invitation that's in their hand within them, oh nah, they not getting it then. You like, okay, cool. Guys, like, matter of fact, hey, yo, enough about them. I got that word. I got that handle. There's certain security at the door that they not going to be able to make it through. But let's get you out that hole, right? You like, yeah, he like, yo, I need you to go within yourself. You got certain tools on you. You like, okay, cool. You got certain tools on you that's going to get you out that hole. So what did you do? You sat there and calmed down for a moment. God's like, hey, yo, you like, God, it's dark. I can't see. He like, you got the light. Be confident. All of a sudden, as soon as you start believing you had the light, that hole got illuminated. So now you like, yo, I can see. You like, all right, cool. Next thing, and when he says you got that light, this is him sitting there highlighting all that darkness was around you. Because I told you, some of y'all didn't realize you seen darkness all around you because you was too busy being the light, right? So therefore, again, guys, like the first step, you got to calm down. You like, all right, thank you, God. I'm calm down, I'm relaxed. Guys, like, all right, the next thing I need you to do, use that light. You like, I don't see a switch. He like, you gotta believe it. You like, all right, cool. You started to see it. Like, oh, all right, true. Then he like, listen, I need you to sit there and use those tools that I have on you. So again, he broke it down for you. All of a sudden, you realize you had the tools within you that you started to see and produce externally too. So now all of a sudden, you got those tools in your hands and you getting yourself out of the hole that those people pushed you in, right? Now, all of a sudden, guys like, cool, you out of that hole. Now, this is what I need you to do. I need you to go this location, follow that GPS that I have within you. That's that intuition, right? That's that discernment, right? He like, listen, I'm going to tell you where to go. And you like, God, are they still out there? He like, don't worry about them. I got you. Just follow that intuition, that GPS that I got inside you. You like, cool. So you start listening. See, when you was on your path, there were certain paths that God was like, nah, pay attention to those signs. Danger, stay out. Don't go there then. See, God's seen again every direction that the devil and his minions was attacking, or where they was chilling, or where they was kicking in. He told you not to go there. He told you to take a different path, certain paths that never even been visited. See, you was going into unknown territory, but one thing you knew for sure is the person that was leading you was higher than you. So therefore, they seen exactly what type of time certain people was on. See, God got you. He like, matter of fact, hey, yo, make a pit stop. I need you to dress yourself up a little bit. Wash all that muck and dirt off. I got certain moves I need you to make. So you did that, right? Cleaned yourself up, got your confidence back up, start paying attention to your health, your mind, body, and soul is aligned. You start feeling confident about you. Your light starting to shine. You get certain acknowledgement around you. Now everywhere you walk, people see that light too. See, when they see that light in the air because it's illuminating off you, they start following it like that Batman sign. Like, hey, yo, what's this light about? Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. So all of a sudden, chosen ones, you cleaned yourself up, got your confidence back up. God, you like, man, I probably missed the party. God's like, it ain't even get started yet. You like, true? He like, matter of fact, here, this is what I need you to do. So as you was preparing, getting clean, this is equivalent to you getting in your purpose. You starting to want certain things. You getting your confidence, getting your body right, believing in yourself, figuring out what you want to do. Start working on your health. All of these things, you was getting dressed for the occasion. The people who stole that invitation showed up to the door. When they got to the door, the God looked at them. That's your ancestors. That certain security, protection that God sent, your guardian angels, all of that. They was front and center. They seen that invitation. They already knew that it was a fake, but they like, let me see how far they going to take you. That partner who finessed It took that person to try to impersonate you. They sat there and went to that party. They seen other people lined up too. They sat there and was dressed to impress, had their best things on, thinking that they would be able to act like they was you. Thank you, baby. So what happened? They got to that door. That person that they sat there and had try to be you, that person who was trying to imitate the divine feminine, the masculine, they came to the door too. They like, hey, yo, so this your invitation? The person's like, hey, yo, say this your invitation. They like, yeah, this my invitation. You feel me? Da-da-da. Oh, all right. All of a sudden, they like, okay, well, what's that key word? You like, oh, they like, oh, I forgot it. Dang, I'm sorry. I must have forgot it. They like, all right, cool. It's not no problem. We're going to see who you are. There's one thing that you got to do. See, you know when you go in the party and you get checked at the door, how they say, I was waiting on you at the door. You get checked at the door, get scanned. That metal detector before you walk in, that pat down. That's what your guardian angel did too to them. He like, all right, before you come in, we got to make sure that you good. But they ain't realized they was checking within. So the guardian angel sat there and scanned them once. Like, nah, this ain't yours. It ain't come back to you. They like, nah, this so-and-so for real. Because remember, they had that person try to imitate you. They like, nah, this them for real. Say something. What's your name? The person sitting there trying to put on a show, act like they really the divine feminine and masculine when they know they wasn't. Whole time they ain't had a code word that God provided them. Now they got skin and they internal don't reflect that external. So they knew that that invitation wasn't truly given to them. So now they get turned around. Now that person's like, damn. They hurry up and try to get rid of that karmic then. Like, matter of fact, I'm going to call you later. I got other plans and I need to put in motion. See that person who pushed you in that hole and try to have that person imitate you? Now they realize that that person ain't got the same ticket, that ticket was within you. So now they sat there and had those person pushing to the side. Now they try to return back to you. Now they came running to that hole praying that you still alive because they no longer hearing you call out. They no longer hearing you crying. They no longer, all they hear is silence. So as they walking up, they scared. They look in that hole. They realizing that you was not there. They like, hey, yo, what the? I noticed the hole that I dug them in. I know this is a situation that I put them in. See, when they came there, they was going to act like it was a misunderstanding. I ain't know that you wasn't with me the whole time. I ain't know that so-and-so was trying to plot on you. I ain't know that you was left in the dark. They had all of this stuff, right? Whole time, shorty, we not even there. We went to God. God made certain things clear. He prepared us with tools that you was not equipped with. So we got out of that hole. Now that person is panicking. Now they trying to watch and see certain footprints to see where it was leading you. But that storm that came, that was working on behalf of you because that wind that came with it, that water as well, that sat there and hid certain footprints that you had took. So now they can't take them. They don't know where you at because they don't got that intuition. They wasn't equipped with that GPS within them. So now they trying to guess of where you can be. Damn, I don't know, shorty ain't get that far. Now they walking, they panicking, anxiety too. See, that's why I say pay attention to what energy's getting projected on you. You feeling anxious. I don't even belong to you. That's that person trying to go back to where they left you and realizing that you no longer there. That depression, that hurt, all of that things. Nope. Now they became aware. Now they here talking around the town like, hey, yo, you heard about Shorty? Shorty is so either beautiful or handsome. They protected, gold all around them, finances, all of these things, right? They advancing, they hearing that talk of the town. Whole time they like, hey, yo, it can't be so-and-so I pushed in that hole. What they look like? Oh, Shorty, or he fine. They fly, got this light to them, got gold on them. They fresh to dressed to impress, fresh as I don't know what. They got a love to them. They out here healing people. They out here leading people. They out here, again, saying all these things. They defeating evil. That karmic scared now, like, hey, yo, what? You get a name? All of a sudden, what they hear? Them people say your name. Now colored and ran from their face. Now they scared like, hey, yo, I wonder if that person knows that I pushed them in that hole out. Maybe I could try to finesse this, act like I ain't mean to do that so I can come back, so I can get into that party with them. So now what is that? Karmic, who try to get another person to imitate you, impersonate you, try to leave you miserable, try to defeat you, try to end you. They sat there and realized that you no longer in that position that they placed you in. Now they know that they can't take nobody else and that you got that invitation in your hand. So they like, yo, where did they say they going to? Oh, that party. So now what do they try to do too? They try to rush back to the party to see if they can see you. Whole time they on the outside looking in, because now you inside amongst your people. Because everybody who's in that party got that invitation like you. They had to go through what you went through in order to get there too. They had to realize a certain blessing, certain abundance, certain tickets that was within you. That wealth was within you. You can't have it on your exterior if it's not first in your interior. You, again, got to be love in order to receive love. You got to be happiness in order to see happiness. You got to believe it in order to receive it, to achieve it. Once you make your mind up, you already made it. See, now they on the outside looking in. They starting to see your business is starting to boom in. You are starting to become very abundant. Opportunities are starting to get presented. People are starting to notice you. Certain things that you said that you was going to do, they see you now dressed to impress outside of those clothes that they used to seeing you in. You understand me? See, chosen ones. I want you to realize that those people who tried you, they looking back in those windows now. You are in a position while their life is tearing down. Again, things ain't falling apart for you. It's falling through for you, because those people that you was going to take with you was not for you. They was plotting against you. They just wanted to get information out of you. They was working for the devil. Whole time you was building up, they planned to break you down. Whole time you was doing this, giving an inch, they intended to take that mile. So again, chosen ones, I want you to realize that this was a test, but a test for them. They still can't get in, even if they call themselves trying to steal your image or imitate you, or steal as far as your invitation. Never. That got to be within you, baby. So you can fake like you love God. You can fake like you doing what you're supposed to do. You can fake that shit, but I'm telling you, to a real individual, they gonna see through you. Those people who's out here phony, who don't believe in you, those people who don't like the light that God has placed within you, those people don't like the fact that you can see through what they showing you. So what do? They try to run from you, because if you around them, you know exactly what they intend to do. So chosen ones, let them demons go. Because in the end, you still won. You understand me? Again, you still winning. That's something that they can't take from you. That's why they try to distract you. That's why they try to deter you. They know that they can't take that. So they try to keep you from being on your path. They try to distract you from with drugs, sex, lies, insecurities, certain titles that they place over you, certain fears that they have. Oh, no. Because you could be scared, but your ass ain't scared. You still going to face that. Why? Because God gave you the light and you the line leader of your class. So therefore, again, you go into an unknown territory that's dark and you putting light poles there. You understand me? You the one who's lighting up this path so people behind you ain't got to go through that dark shit. They see exactly what's around them. They see exactly what they went through, what they going through, and where they going to. You understand me? All because of you, so chosen ones. I love you. I want you to remember that you already won. This is all how they say the battle is not yours. It's the Lord's. How they say the devil can't stop you. You already got it. Once you made your mind up, you already made it. You hear me? That's the difference. You could bring somebody with you. You could try to turn a karmic individual as your divine boo, but they not equipped. That's just your +1. So therefore, you have somebody, just like when you think about a event you go to, you want somebody who's going to have fun too. They not sitting down moping and mad. They not out here drinking and acting an ass. They know how to control their feelings. You're not going to just attract anybody to go with you. I want you to be cautious of who you allow yourself to connect to. And again, those people that try to come back and try to reignite those feelings again, had you feeling sad about certain situations that you was previously in, that was God reminding you like, hey, yo, you sure you want to take this journey? You like, yeah. God's like, you sure you want to go to the event even though they can't come with you? You like, yeah. God like, man, listen. Just because this person can't come, you got a whole room full of people that did what they was supposed to do. So now they get this abundance too. Now y'all gonna party for the rest of y'all's lives. Be cautious of who you selecting for your crew. But listen, I gotta get up off here because I do have a few readings to do. Remember, I always upload these lives on my YouTube. So please subscribe. That's all you gotta do. Like the video too, so the algorithm can keep moving and certain people who need a message can receive it as well. Now remember, I'll never reach out to you for a reading. You gotta be ready to receive it because I ain't sugarcoating nothing. I'm gonna tell you if that person is your lover or their karmic. I'm gonna tell you what type of cycle that you in. I'll tell you about your past, your present, and the future. Certain things that you about to be getting in. You understand me? I'm here. I got you. And again, not downplaying nobody else, but I'm not using no tarot cards. I'm not using no crystal ball. I'm exactly how I'm talking to you. God tells me what to tell to you, and I'm going to tell you that, all right? I love you so much. Remember, if you need me, babies, you know how to reach me. Now, listen, one more thing. School year is about to start up, so you know that schedule's about to change, all right? So for the next few days, I'm going to go hard as far as my lives. Now, I would recommend for you get your readings in now because come Thursday, Friday, I'm going to be out of town. You understand me? I got a few things to handle. And again, the school year is coming up. So therefore, you know, I'm going to always adhere to my household first. So I got you. I love you. If you need me, baby, you know how to reach me. Y'all continue to be great. All right. Thank you. And thank y'all so much for all y'all's gifts too. Cause I seen as they was being said, but I couldn't interrupt what I was saying to you. So thank you, babies. All right. I love y'all. Next video, thank you, EVG. Next video, I'm definitely going to acknowledge the gifters, the likers, the lovers, people who message all that. I'm going to acknowledge you too. Thank you, Tony.